Wow. Talk about adrenaline. Oh, whoa! The Philadelphia Phillies, they take the series against the Mets. They win Game 3, 3-2, and what a great bounce back. They had a game in Game 1 where I thought they should have won. They didn't. They respond with 2 crucial wins, and it was just absolutely outstanding. Jake Arrieta today on the bump, he was so special. He was a difference maker. He goes 8 innings. He allowed 6 hits. 4 of those were infield hits. He was literally doing everything today. The movement on the pitches were spectacular. He was forcing guys to ground out, 15 to be exact. He was great. He allowed 2 earned runs, 2 walks, only 3 strikeouts, but we know Jake Arrieta and what he brings to the table, and it really is ground outs. That is his specialty. Jake Arrieta was such a problem for the Mets today, and Wheeler was good as well. This was a pitching duel to an extent. I thought he had a good job on the mound as well, but what ended up happening was the Phillies scored more runs at the end of the day. So things got a little fishy. Things got a little shaky there in the 9th inning, and I understand the logic. I normally crush Gabe. I despise what Gabe does with the bullpen, and it bothers me. But today, it was different. I don't know why. I understood the logic behind it. Now, don't get me wrong. We still need a legit closer. We need a legitimate guy. But with what we have, I understand the logic with what we went with. So in the 9th, we put Arrieta back on the bump against a righty. He ends up allowing an infield hit, which sucked because he's been so great all night. It came back at him, and it went towards third. It was such a fluky hit. But after that, there's a guy on first base, which obviously is his. We bring in Adam Morgan to go up against 2 lefties. Adam Morgan has been phenomenal for us out of the bullpen. One of our strongest bullpen guys. To go up against 2 lefties, I'm all in. I get it. He's been so successful. Ride and die with guys who have been really hot. I'm cool with that. Now, it didn't end up very well because we ended up hitting batters and things got all shaky and whatnot. And after that, he actually recorded 1 out of the 2 batters. He got 1 out, but players advanced on a sacrifice fly, and he hit a batter. And then Hector Neris comes in. He ends up hitting Wilson Ramos. There's 2 outs, and bases juiced with a 3-2 count. Up 1. Literally, this is it. This is the pitch, and he's been throwing the splitter. He goes fastball, blows it right by him on a 3-2 count after the 9th inning got so shaky and hit batters and infield singles. It was just wild. But Hector Neris shuts the door. And listen, it wasn't pretty, but the Phillies, they win a baseball game. And you take a look at Andrew McCutchen, doesn't get a hit. Bryce Harper doesn't get a hit. Rhys Hoskins doesn't get a hit. But we still win the baseball game because other guys step up. To start us off in the bottom of the 2nd, we had bases juiced. But what got me going and excited about this, it's a little thing. It's something little, but it's JT Realmuto who gets on first base. Odubel gets a single through the infield, but he ends up going from first to third because he's just so aggressive on the base paths. It's awesome. I love the way this team runs on the bases. I really do. Such a little thing. Now, we ended up getting bases juiced anyway for Michael Franco to come up, and he hits a sacrifice fly, which gives us a 1-0 lead. And then Scott Kingery steps up with another home run. The kid has been so special. He's been what we expected him to be last year that he wasn't. And then Cesar Hernandez rockets one as well. It's funny because we want Scotty to take over Cesar once Gene Segura comes back. But Cesar Hernandez is saying, no. I'm not giving up my spot. The 2 guys that are battling for second base, they're both playing really well, and they were a reason why we were successful on the offensive side of the plate today to pretty much help us win this baseball game. Whew. I'll tell you what, though. Wow. This was crazy. This was a dogfight. And like I said, in Game 1 of this series, this is how it's going to be when you go up against the Mets now. We're both good teams. And this was a battle that came down to 1 pitch. And Hector Neris wins the battle in an ugly 9th inning. But I'll take it. And we're now 11-6. We take this series win. And we go out to Colorado. Now, just keep in mind, you don't want to look ahead of a series, but we do have the Mets again soon. After this Colorado series, we go to their barn. We go to their building in Citi Field. So just keep that in mind. This was awesome, though. Don't get me wrong. I will enjoy this. It's a great series win. We are up there right now with the National League. We're doing good in the National League East, of course. And whoa. Now, Odubel Herrera ends up leaving the game with a little bit of, it looked like a hammy situation, just like Gene Segura's thing. I don't know how serious it is. It looked like it wasn't too bad. He was actually in the dugout at one point, and it looked like he nodded his head and said, "I'm fine," as they were watching him walk into the clubhouse. And Aaron Altair took his spot for some time, which I don't know why I'm confused with the Aaron Altair thing over Nick Williams. My personal opinion, I like Nick Williams more. Can he not play center field? Can we not move McCutchen over? I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I don't know the love for Aaron Altair. Also, by the way, I don't know how I almost forgot about this. Nick Pivetta optioned to AAA. And I said it. He hasn't been good enough. I thought maybe I was being a little too harsh with yesterday's win, but no, I wasn't. He had the same amount of pitches as Arrieta today, who went into the 9th inning in 5 innings when we had a 10-0 lead. That's just not acceptable. That's what it is. It's not acceptable. So we optioned him, and the GM was out there talking and saying, listen, this is a different type of year. Last year, he'd probably still be up here. But now, this is different. We're trying to win baseball games. We're trying to be at the top of the league. We're trying to be elite. There's no room for error. We need to be serious here. So we ended up having Eichhoff get into the rotation. I love this baseball game. I know it got sloppy at the end. I know it got a little crazy there in the end. And normally I rip that apart. I normally really just criticize every move that Gabe Kapler makes late in games. But I actually understood this. Call me crazy. That doesn't mean I don't think we need a closer. We definitely still need a closer. But for what we had today and the personnel we had today, it all made sense. Adam Morgan has been our best left-handed guy out of the bullpen. He's been our best guy out of the bullpen. Why would you not have him up against 2 lefties in the 9th inning? He's actually been shut down. Now, granted, there was a ball that ended up in the warning track, and there was also a ball that went foul that was roped, but he has been, through the first 16 games before today, he's been our best guy. And Hector Neris got shaky today, but he hasn't been the abysmal Hector Neris of last year. Now, like I said, it got ugly today, but I'm just saying, I understood the logic, and normally I don't. Normally I just get pissed off, and, some people are freaking out saying Arrieta should have stayed in there. I don't know. He's getting up there in pitch count, and you really don't see complete games anymore, and it's not like he wasn't doing well, but after that infield hit, I think it changed everything. I think Gabe Kapler was going to the bullpen regardless if Arrieta got him out, to be honest with you, because we've seen Gabe Kapler for a year now. That's what he does. I'm just really proud, though. Proud of this team to win this series, to lose Game 1 and to win 2 straight against a good Mets team. I'm really pumped about it, and it was a pitching duel, and we win with our top guys not getting any hits. Now, like I said, Bryce Harper, Reese, they didn't get any hits, but they both walked once. It wasn't like they weren't on base. Franco didn't have a hit either, but he had an RBI. JT Realmuto has been solid, 2 for 4, and just having great contact. He had a ball that he roped out to center field that was somewhat close to going out, and he's just been getting really solid contact with the bat, and that's great. It's great to see him kind of getting into a rhythm and putting good wood on the ball. Putting good wood on. So, we go to Colorado. We hit the road. And it's always interesting to me to think about what we need to do on a road trip. Now, this is just one series, so it's different. And let me just make sure, though. I'm pretty positive it is a 4-game roadie. So, it's Thursday to Sunday. And you got to realize, going on the road, it's a tough environment. What do I expect? Do I expect a 3-1, or do I be happy with the 2-2 split? Because going on the road is always tough. Of course, I'm going to sit here and say I want to win every series, so 3-1 is what I'm putting my eyes on. That's how I want to attack this thing. The Rockies are beatable. Now we need to get good starting pitching. Because you can see what this team can do when you have successful pitching. Like Jake Arrieta was a star today. A star. A+, dominant. Somewhat like his old self, if you will, from the Chicago days. In all honesty, I love watching this team play. There is nothing better than watching this team play right now. 11-6 on the season through 17 games. And I love the way this team competes. You never know who's going to step up. Scott Kingery and Cesar Hernandez, really, the 2 guys battling for second base. They're the 2 that step up and go long, that crush it out of the ballpark. I'm just so impressed with Scott Kingery alone. The difference. It's literally night and day from what we saw last year. He's got confidence. He's got swag right now. And it's amazing. It really is amazing. Let me know your thoughts down below on this victory. We take the series against the Mets. I love it. What an ending. What an ending. It's just as clear as that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.